Distortus Rex, Indominus Rex, Spinosaurus. Dr. Wu created monsters. But the other day, I was wondering, is the Indoraptor really the worst he can do? Is that the baddest dinosaur? Obviously not. What if we took those monsters and made them worse? More powerful, more destructive, more terrifying. So I started playing around with DNA combinations in my head. And the goal was to create a top secret ultimate hybrid, the first of a brand new super species, an unthinkable super weapon that can adapt to any environment. Hybrid 1, Spectroraptor. We're gonna start our experiment by using Indoraptor as a base, which will make our hybrid intelligent and give it natural hunting instincts. But the Indoraptor lacks a few things, so let's add something for camouflage. It is essential equipment for every successful warrior, and we are building this hybrid following strict military principles. So, adding the DNA from Indominus Rex provides cuttlefish camouflage, allowing our hybrid to blend into its surroundings, along with pit viper thermal vision that lets it track targets in total darkness. Now, it is intelligent and it can both hide and seek, but we need one more power, more ways to hunt. By adding Scorpio's Rex genetics, we will provide venomous quills, which will make every strike of our hybrid into a fast, brutal attack. The result is a silent, ghost-like hunter designed for infiltration and stealth operations. Hybrid 2, Viperodon. We started well, but the most dangerous combat weapons can fly. So let's make some DNA for another separate hybrid. Mutodons are hybrids created from raptor and pteranodon DNA. So we'll use that, adding Raptor's intelligence and Pteranodon flight skills. But let's make it even more intelligent by adding Indoraptor DNA. Now it has a sadistic type of intelligence, with aggressive hunting behavior. And once again, let's add Scorpius Rex DNA, which equips this beast with venomous quills, perfect for both defense and attack. The result is a fast, highly intelligent airborne predator. But flying isn't always a plus. We lose a few things with a hybrid like this. Size and weight are limited, but it is still an unnatural born killer, and a fleet of these hybrids can win any aerial battle. Hybrid 3, Hexalith. So, let's play more like mad scientists and add what's missing. Size. Using Indominus Rex DNA as the genetic base, let's create another hybrid of enormous size, strong armor, and incredible bite force. And let's add additional defense type DNA from Stegoceratops, which brings the beetle exoskeleton structures. This increases resistance against ballistic and impact damage, making it perfect for battle against heavily armed enemies. Now, this beast is heavy and huge, and the armor adds a lot of weight, so we need stability. So let's add Distortus Rex DNA. The Distortus has 6 legs. With all that weight spread among 6 legs, we acquire incredible stability. Now our hybrid is large and stable. And now the only thing missing is weapons, something for massive destruction. Adding Therizinosaurus hybrid DNA provides massive blade-like claws that can rip through reinforced steel. So, this machine is now ready for the battlefield. But this is just the beginning. In order to create our ultimate hybrid dinosaur, we need multi-role predators that break all natural limits. We need more aggressive hybrids, equipped with tools and skills that will shape them into weapons of mass destruction. Let's move to tier 2 and create more advanced hybrids. This is where our experiment and our hybrids become a real menace to society. Hybrid 4, Domino Rex. Now, we have these beginner level hybrids, interesting enough as a starting test, but let's create an alpha hybrid, a king with his own followers, Domino Rex, Master King. First, let's give him camouflage abilities. It's useful for guerrilla warfare. With the tree frog DNA, our king has the ability to regulate his temperature levels so he is impossible to track with heat-based sensors like infrared cameras. Now let's add vassals to our king. With Scorpio's Rex DNA, the hybrid gets the real power, asexual reproduction. Now, it can spawn his own pack, but the Scorpius Rex often doesn't get along with his children, so we need better DNA from a species that can act like a pack, united, strong, and organized like a SWAT team. Indominus could communicate with raptors. Indoraptor could be directed by commands. What if we combine them with Scorpius? By adding Indominus Rex and Indoraptor DNA, this hybrid now has more sense for unity and is operating with extreme dominant power, commanding his own private army. Long live the king. Hybrid 5, Colossus Phantasma. Now, for the next hybrid, let's focus entirely on camouflage and thermal masking. Let's make it untraceable. For this one, let's mix several large dinosaurs, starting with Indominus Rex as the base, which provides size, intelligence, cuttlefish camouflage, and thermal masking. With camouflage, you can't see it, and with thermal masking, you can't track it. Let's add Scorpio's Rex DNA for infrared vision and venom. Now, with infrared vision, it can see you at night, but you can't see it. And with additional D-Rex and sauropod DNA, our hybrid is super big and super heavy. but it still can be stopped by concrete walls. So let's add Pachycephalosaurus DNA. Now it has a skull which can run through concrete, stone, wood, steel, and even through reinforced walls. This hybrid can be invisible to the eye, to heat sensors, and even to the latest military surveillance, thanks to its advanced camouflage and thermal masking. It is a ghost until it decides to make itself visible, and then you better run for cover. But all of these hybrids have a weakness: water. So let's fix that. Hybrid 6. The Laceraptor. Once again, let's start with Indominus Rex DNA, which provides intelligence, camouflage, and armor. Then again, Scorpios Rex DNA for infrared vision and venom. Now, let's add Spinosaurus DNA. It adds the ability to adapt to water. And let's cross that DNA with the one from Mosasaurus, which contributes to skillful deep sea hunting. Now, our water hybrid is dangerous and adaptable to both land and water. You can't hide from this beast if you are in water. Navy ships aren't safe. Submarines aren't safe. You would need a whole fleet to fight this hybrid. And with cuttlefish DNA that is already present in Indominus Rex, it can camouflage even underwater, or anywhere. But we're not done. We can always make deadlier monsters, doomsday weapons, reality-breaking combinations, hybrids that can end civilizations. Hybrid 7, Pandemosaurus. For this hybrid, we will use Scorpius Rex, Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, and Mutodon DNA again. Thanks to Indoraptor DNA, it's sadistic. It kills for fun, not food. Indominus Rex DNA provides intelligence and camouflage. For aggression and flying abilities, it has Mutodon DNA. Now, let's add Carnotaurus and Giganotosaurus DNA. Twisted combination. With Giganotosaurus DNA, it is equipped with excellent vision and hearing, and of course size. And with the Carnotaurus DNA, it's not a solo predator. It has a pack mentality. It also adds more speed and flexibility. With Scorpio Rex's asexual reproduction abilities, it spreads like cancer. One specimen becomes 10, 10 becomes 100, 100 becomes 1,000. Hybrid 8, Hydrosaurus Eternus. But how can we make a hybrid that is almost impossible to kill? Now that is a crucial test. We need a hybrid that can not only defend itself from strong weapons, but can also regenerate itself quickly. You can't defeat something that has the ability to heal fast. Let's combine several species: Indominus for the armor, Stegoceratops for plating, Pachycephalosaurus for incredible vision and a bulky body. And if we add D-Rex DNA, this hybrid is shielded like a living tank and is incredibly strong. But defense is only the beginning, because we want to make it almost immortal. And add Scorpio's Rex DNA with this combination, and it can regenerate quickly and it's immune to venom. But let's add more regenerative powers: Tree Frog DNA for limb regrowth, and Cuttlefish DNA for cellular restructuring, allowing it to heal faster than you can imagine it. You want to shoot it? It heals. Poison it? Venom immunity. You try to blow it up? It's made of multiple strong layers. You cut off its arm? It grows back in hours. The longer you fight it, the stronger it becomes. At this point, we've stopped playing God. We've become him. But if you think these hybrids are scary, just wait and find out what is the real horror. Hybrid 9, Synapsosaurus Collective. Now, let's do our last test. With this hybrid, we must add one super important thing: a hive mind. You can't fight an army that operates like one consciousness. Every hybrid so far hunts alone or commands a pact. This hybrid must be on another level. With Indominus Rex DNA as base, it has highly developed alpha communication skills, and we mix it with Indoraptor DNA, which adds command response programming. This allows it to transmit signals, warnings, and tactical plans instantly. Then again, we add Scorpio's Rex DNA for asexual reproduction, so it can reproduce quickly and independently. And if we add Velociraptor DNA, this hybrid gains perfect pack coordination. Raptors already hunt with military precision, but with this combo, that precision is elevated beyond instinct. But now comes the real disturbing part: two-headed Mutodon DNA, multi-consciousness in a single body. Every offspring shares one and the same consciousness. It's not 100 predators, it's one predator in 100 forms. Hive mind. Kill one, and the rest know exactly how you did it. You fight one, and the others are coming immediately. With this genetic mix, we created an ungodly beast: networked consciousness. Now, let's use knowledge and observations from these tests and finish this experiment. Let's create the final beast, the one that makes all the others look like innocent little chickens. Hybrid 10, Deus Tyrannus. We will build it on the Indominus Rex foundation because it's the only genome proven stable enough to handle extreme multi-species integration. This creature must be calculated perfectly. Offensively, we will make it a brutal, unstoppable force. By adding T-Rex DNA, it now has incredibly strong bite force. Mix it with Dinosaurus DNA, and it adds a grip that ensures nothing escapes once caught. And of course, it needs weapons. The Reasanosaurus claws for surgical removal of the enemy. And let's add Scorpio's Rex DNA for venom and quills as another deadly extension, and for asexual reproduction. But to control that reproduction, let's add Indoraptor DNA for intelligence so it doesn't go rogue. And then add Giganotosaurus DNA for size boost, which ensures its domination on any battlefield. Now, let's build defensive systems. We can use Carnotaurus DNA for armor that turns the body of our hybrid into a fortress. Then, let's add the Pachycephalosaurus DNA for skeletal reinforcement, which will prevent structural collapse under all that weight. And of course, D-Rex DNA for 6-limb stability. The 6 limbs from that one distributes that mass efficiently, allowing it to be fast despite its size. And if you somehow damage all that, DNA from Tree Frog will provide quick regeneration and make sure the damage is temporary. With Pit Viper DNA, it gets thermal detection and infrared vision. You can't hide anywhere from this thing. And with Cuttlefish DNA for visual camouflage plus Tree Frog thermal camouflage makes it undetectable visually and electronically. And if we add Velociraptor DNA for intelligence, we have a strategic genius monster. And its strategic system is exactly what makes this creature Tyrannus, the god tyrant. Of course, this hybrid must be able to move anywhere it wants, so let's mix in Mutodon and Spinosaurus DNA, and it makes no terrain unreachable. And with an alpha communication network, it controls the entire food chain. It reproduces, it flies, it swims, it camouflages with ease. It's venomous, it's armored, it regenerates, it controls other hybrids, it's smarter than humans, and it kills for sports. This is the creature Hoskins dreamed of and the weapon Dr. Wu was afraid to build. The final ultimate hybrid. Deus Tyrannus, the closest thing to a dinosaur god the world has ever seen. So why didn't Wu build the Deus Tyrannus? Because he couldn't control it. The Scorpius reproduced uncontrollably, the Indominus killed its sibling, the Indoraptor was sadistic. Now imagine all three in one body. Now, you might have noticed something. We touched on aquatic abilities with the Thalassoraptor, but we barely scratched the surface. The ocean is 71% of Earth's surface, and we've only explored 5% of it. So here's my question. Should we engineer the ultimate deep sea hybrid? Mosasaurus foundation, bioluminescent lures, crushing water pressure adaptation, trench-level hunting capabilities, because if Tyrannus rules the land and sky, what rules the abyss? Drop a comment if you want to see the aquatic apex predator breakdown. And let me know which of today's hybrids you would create if you had access to Wu's lab. Would you go tactical with the Spectroraptor, strategic with the Domino Rex, or would you pull the trigger on Deus Tyrannus? Click here and check our latest Harry Potter video. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, life finds a way, even through ungodly lab experiments.